Dear students, today we are going to discuss about the topic alcohols. You know that alcohols plays a very important role in our day-to-day life. Therefore, we must read it thoroughly, so how it is prepared, what is its reactions, etc. etc. While discussing these alcohols, alcohols is a class of compound where one hydrogen atom of alkane is replaced by one OH group. One or more OH groups, then the compound is called alcohol. That is CnH2n plus 2 minus H plus OH. One hydrogen atom is taken away and replaced by another OH group. The product form will be CnH2n plus 1 OH. This is alcohol, and this group is our R, alkyl group R. So it will be ROH. General formula of alcohol will be ROH, where R is an alkyl group. Alkyl group. R is an alkyl group. Example, you can say methyl alcohol CH3OH, C2H5OH, etc. So these are alcohols. But these alcohols can be classified into different types. Classification. Classification of alcohol. Classification. Alcohols are classified into three major groups. One is monohydric alcohol. Monohydric alcohols are those alcohols where one OH group present on one carbon atom. Example is that is CH3OH, C2H5OH. These are called monohydric alcohols. Another one is that dihydric alcohols. Dihydric alcohols are those alcohols where two OH groups are present on two different carbon atoms. You must remember that in organic compounds, a compound containing two OH groups on same carbon atom are not stable. Therefore, when we say dihydric alcohols, two OH groups, the two OH groups must be present on two different carbon atoms. But when the two OH groups are present on the adjacent carbon atom, two consecutive carbon atom, then that alcohol is called glycol. And if they are present in 1,3 or 1,4, etc., then they are normally dihydric alcohols. For example, you can say we have CH2OH. This is a dihydric alcohol, but since the two OH groups are present on two adjacent carbon atom, it is called a glycol, ethylene glycols. Similarly, you can have also CH3, CHOH, CH2OH. This is propylene glycol. So these are the dihydric alcohols where the OH groups are present on two adjacent carbon atom. But if they are present on 1,3 position, then it is simply dihydric alcohol. Similarly, another one is called trihydric alcohol. Trihydric alcohols, as the name suggests, that it must contain three OH groups. Three OH groups present on three carbon atoms. You must remember, when dihydric or trihydric, whatever may be, the OH groups must be present on two or three different carbon atoms. It cannot be present on same carbon atom. So trihydric alcohol, where the three OH groups are present on three different carbon atoms. But if the three OH groups are present on three adjacent carbon atoms, then they are called glycerol. For example, you have CH2OH, CH2OH. This is glycerol. normally which you use glycerin. Chemical name is glycerol, brand name is glycerin. So it is a trihydric alcohol. Also we have another category of alcohol which is called polyhydric alcohol. Polyhydric, as the name suggests, the alcohol where it contains more than one OH group are called polyhydric alcohol. Four type of alcohol is called polyhydric alcohol. Polyhydric alcohol. Polyhydric alcohols are those compounds, those alcohols where more than 3 OH groups are present on 3 different carbon atoms or 4 different carbon atoms. So such example is CH2OH, CH2OH, CHOH, 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 CH2OH. This is a polyhydric alcohol. Its name is called sorbitol. 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 So this is a polyhydric alcohol. In this way, you can classify the alcohols into different categories depending on the number of OH group present in the alcohol. Now, alcohols usually we means monohydric alcohol. When we say alcohol, automatically comes to our mind is monohydric alcohol, where one OH group is present on the alcohol. It's monohydric alcohols, you can say monohydric alcohol, which is simply alcohol. These monohydric alcohols are further classified into 3 categories, that is primary alcohol, secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol. Primary alcohol, 1 degree primary alcohol, they are classified into monohydric alcohols are classified into primary alcohol or 1 degree alcohol. It is called 1 degree alcohol. 1 degree alcohol, where the OH group is present on primary carbon atom. When the OH group is present on primary carbon atom, the alcohol is called primary alcohol. That, for example, you can say RCH2OH, where R is hydrogen or an alkyl group. Alkyl group. The OH group is present on the carbon atom which is attached to one more carbon atom, this is primary carbon atom. Therefore, we can write example is methyl alcohol, CH2OH, where we can write it H, CH2OH. Here hydrogen, R is hydrogen, or CH3, CH2OH, which we can write it C2H5OH, we can write it as CH3, CH2OH, where R is an alkyl group. So the hydrogen, the OH group when present on the carbon atom, primary carbon atom, that alcohol is called primary alcohol. Therefore, you can say CH2OH group is primary alcoholic group. Primary alcoholic group. Similarly, another classification is that of secondary alcohol. Secondary alcohol or 2 degree alcohol. 2 degree alcohol, where the OH group is present on the secondary carbon atom. That is the carbon atom which is attached to 2 more carbon atoms. That alcohol is secondary alcohol. For example, you can have CH3, CHOH or CH3. All in other words, you can write it in this way: CH3, CHOH. This is propanol 2. Propan 2-ol or isopropyl alcohol, you can say isopropyl alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol is a 2 degree alcohol. Similarly, 3 degree alcohol, or otherwise you can say CHOH. This group is secondary alcoholic group. This is secondary alkyl group. Similarly, third category of alcohol is called tertiary alcohol. Tertiary alcohol. This tertiary alcohol is otherwise called 3-degree alcohol. 3-degree alcohol. So this alcohol is that alcohol where the OH group is present on tertiary carbon atom. As you know, that tertiary carbon atom is that carbon atom which is bonded to 3 other carbon atoms. For example, you can say, you can have CH3, 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 OH. Now, you see tertiary butyl alcohol. It's called tertiary butyl alcohol. Tertiary, T stands for tertiary. So here you see this carbon atom is tertiary carbon atom. Since the OH group is present on this carbon atom, this is called tertiary alcohol. So you can say, so this group, COH group is tertiary alcoholic group. Therefore, by looking at the compound where the group is, this type of group is present, tertiary alcohol. If the compound contains this type of group, is secondary alcohol. If the compound contains this type of group, then it is primary alcohol. So in this way, you can divide or classify monohydrate alcohol into 3 categories. Now let's come to the alcohol. Nomenclature of alcohol, monohydrate alcohols nomenclature. As you know that organic compounds are primarily named in 2 different ways. One is called common naming, another is called IUPAC naming. In case of common naming, the name is called alkyl alcohol. Name of the alkyl group, then just add alcohol. But in case of IUPAC naming, the alcohol is called alkanol. That means from the parent name of the parent alkane, just add OL, replacing E. Parent alkane ro E kati deki tadar OL jodile jo compound paiba, that is called alkanol according to IUPAC. For example, you have CH3, CH2, OH. It is in common name. It is ethyl alcohol. It is ethyl alcohol. In IUPAC name, it is name of the parent alkane from which the alcohol is obtained by replacing hydrogen atom is ethane. Since there are 2 carbon atoms, it is ethane. From ethane, this alcohol is formed. Therefore, the name is called ethanol. Right? Similarly, if you take, in this way, you can go to name many compounds, CH3, CH2, OH. This compound is common, it is propyl alcohol. This compound is otherwise known as N-propyl alcohol, normal propyl alcohol, because it is an isomer. N-propyl alcohol, according to IUPAC name, it will be propan 1 or propanol 1. But the isomer of this compound is CHOH, CH3. The isomer of this compound is this one. The name of this compound is isopropyl alcohol. According to common naming, you see N stands for normal propyl alcohol, where this carbon atom is straight chain, and isopropyl, where the carbon atom is branched. Therefore, isopropyl alcohol. And IUPAC name is propan 2OL. So in this way, you go through your book, you will find a lot of compounds named according to common naming and according to IUPAC naming. Usually, the lower alcohols are named as per their common naming, but the higher alcohols are named as per their IUPAC naming. Now let us come to isomerism. Isomerism, alcohols show isomers, different types of isomers, both optical isomer as well as structural isomer. As you know that isomers are compounds having same molecular formula but different structural formula, different arrangement of atoms around the central carbon atom. So alcohols also, monohydrate alcohols also show different types of isomers. First one is your, you can say functional isomer. Functional isomer. Functional isomer. Functional isomer, compounds having same molecular formula but different functional group. They are called functional isomer. For example, you can say C2H6O, compound having same molecular formula. It has 2CH3, CH2OH and CH3O, CH3. Now you find out that here is one OH group is there, but here is ether group is. It is dimethyl ether, it is ethyl alcohol. So these two are having same molecular formula, but functional groups are different. Therefore, they are called functional isomer. Another isomer is that of chain isomer. Chain isomer. Chain isomer, compounds having same molecular formula but different chain. Same function. Here the functional group is same, that is OH group, but the chain length is different. For example, C4H10O. C4H10O has different chain compounds like CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2OH. This is one molecular formula, and another one is that of your CH3, CH2, CH, here CH3, OH. This is another molecular formula, but the chain length is different. Here it is butanol 1 OL. Here it is 1-methyl. One methyl propan 1-ol, 1-methyl. CH3, CH2, 2-methyl propan 1-ol. Another structure is that of your CH3, COH, CH3, CH3. This compound here is 2-methyl propan 2-OL. Now you see here the chain length is different, the structure is different, therefore this is chain isomer. Another is that of your, all these are structural isomer, positional isomer. Positional isomers are compounds having same molecular formula, same structure, same functional group, but different position of the functional group. They are called positional isomers. For example, you can say we have CH3, CH2, CH2OH, and another one is and CH3, CHOH, CH3. Now here find that this is propanol 1 or propan 1-ol, this is propan 2-ol. Now the position of OH group is different. Here it is first position, here is second position, therefore they are called positional isomers. Similarly, the compound also show optical isomers. Optical isomers, alcohols also exhibit optical isomers if it contains asymmetric carbon atom. As you know that the first and foremost requirement for optical isomerism is that the compound must contain at least one asymmetric carbon atom. So an alcohol containing at least one asymmetric carbon atom will exhibit optical isomerism. where the compound having same molecular formula but different rotation of plane of polarized light towards either right or towards left. Accordingly, we have dextrorotatory or levorotatory isomers. Therefore, optical isomers can be exhibited by a compound like this: CH3, CHOH, CH2, CH3. Now, you see that this carbon atom is optical asymmetric carbon atom. Therefore, it can exhibit two optical isomers. One is CH3, CH, C2H5, OH. Another one will be COH, CH3, H, C2H5. Now, so one is a dextrorotatory D isomer, this is L isomer. They are optical isomers, they are mirror images of each other. Because this carbon atom is asymmetric carbon atom, such compounds are also exhibited by alcohol. So these are the isomerism exhibited by alcohols. Now let us come to methods of preparation. Methods of preparation. Alcohols in general can be prepared in a number of ways. By the following ways, you can say. Number one is by hydrolysis of alkyl halide. We have discussed in alkyl halide that whenever alkyl halide is boiled with aqueous KOH, the halogen atom is replaced by OH group to give you alcohol. So when alkyl halide is boiled with aqueous KOH, alcohol is formed. That is, you can say Rx plus KOH, aqueous. Aqueous means dissolved in water. The product will be ROH plus KX. For example, you can say if you have taken methyl bromide and you are treating potassium hydroxide aqueous, then the product will be methyl alcohol, CH3OH plus KBr. Here we find that the OH group is replaced by the bromide atom is replaced by the OH group to give you alcohol, methanol, methyl alcohol or methanol, right? So in this way, you can prepare alcohols from alkyl halide by hydrolysis, and this reaction also is carried out in place of aqueous KOH. We can use moist silver oxide, because moist silver oxide also gives better result. This reaction is also, you can say, this reaction can also be carried out by moist silver oxide. That is, when alcohol is treated with moist silver oxide, alcohol is formed, and this reaction gives better result than the first one, because the alcohol formed is in pure form, and the that is, you can say, methyl bromide plus AgOH when you are using moist Ag2O plus water, moist silver oxide, then the product form will be methyl alcohol plus AgBr. Here we find that this is a solid precipitate, so it can be filtered out and the product form will be a pure form. Therefore, employing this aqueous KOH gives you impure, then you have to separate this alcohol from potassium bromide, because you will impure alcohol. But here, if you use moist silver oxide, then you can get pure alcohol. Second method of preparation is that of from ester, hydrolysis of ester. hydrolysis of ester. Hydrolysis, as you know, hydrolysis is the reaction where water is one of the reactant. When water enters into the reaction is called hydrolysis. And hydrolysis of esters are nothing but a compound formed by chemical reaction of carboxylic acid and alcohol. That is, ester is RCOOR dash. This is your ester. When ester is hydrolyzed by dilute mineral acid, then you can get corresponding alcohol, parent alcohol and parent carboxylic acid. That is, when RCOOR dash plus water in presence of dilute HCl, the product form is RCOOH plus R dash OH. Here you find that alcohol of this alkyl group which is attracted to oxygen, that alcohol is formed. And we can write here in another way, RC double bond OR dash. This is ester. When you are adding water, you can say OH group to this side, H to this side. Therefore, the product form with RCOOH plus R dash OH. For example, when ethyl acetate CH3COOC2H5, this is ethyl acetate. When ethyl acetate is hydrolyzed in presence of H plus stands for acid, then the product form will be CH3COOH plus C2H5OH, ethyl alcohol. But since this hydrolysis can also be carried out in presence of dilute alkali, dilute sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. When esters are boiled with dilute sodium hydroxide, the salt of carboxylic acid formed and alcohol is formed. Parent alcohol is formed. When you can say, when ester is hydrolyzed by dilute potassium hydroxide or dilute sodium hydroxide, sodium salt of parent carboxylic acid and alcohol is obtained. That is, you can say, suppose you have taken CH3COOC2H5 and we are adding it sodium hydroxide. Hydrolysis, you can write it OH minus. The product form here is CH3COONA. What is the difference? In case of acidic hydrolysis, you are getting parent carboxylic acid and alcohol, but here you are getting sodium salt of carboxylic acid plus alcohol, C2H5OH, right? Sodium acetate plus alcohol. So this hydrolysis is called saponification of ester. Alkaline hydrolysis of ester is called saponification of ester. This is a specific reaction of ester when it is hydrolyzed by alkalis. Now let us come to third method of preparation, is that of from aldehyde and ketones. Aldehydes and ketones. Aldehyde and ketones can be alcohols can be prepared from aldehyde and ketones in two different ways. One is by reduction of aldehyde and ketone. Reduction means, as you know, the primary definition of reduction is the addition of hydrogen. Of course, other definitions are there, but you must remember that the reaction where hydrogen is added, that reaction is called reduction. So, reduction of aldehyde and ketones, and this reduction is carried out by a number of reducing agents. The reducing agent may be hydrogen in presence of platinum, may be sodium in presence of C2H5 alcohol, or you may have lithium aluminum hydride, or you may have sodium borohydride. So there are so many reducing agents. Depending on the reducing agent, you can use many reducing agents for reduction of this type of aldehyde and ketones. Here, what happens? Both aldehyde and ketones contains a carbonyl group. When you are adding hydrogen, the two nascent hydrogen are, this is reduction, you can say reduction. Two nascent hydrogen are added. Here, one of the hydrogen goes to this carbon atom, one of the hydrogen goes to that carbon atom. Therefore, the product form is CHOH, alcohol. This is aldehyde or ketone. Aldehyde or ketone. You must remember that when aldehyde is, the groups are attached here. If one of the group is hydrogen, this is aldehyde, and if two groups are ketone, alkyl groups, then this is ketone. You must remember, aldehyde on reduction gives you primary alcohol, ketones on reduction by this method gives you secondary alcohol. Aldehyde on reduction, you can say aldehyde on reduction gives 1 degree alcohol. For example, you can say RC double bond OH. Look at this. This is aldehyde, and we are reducing it. Suppose you say sodium in presence of C2H5OH, or you can take lithium aluminum hydride. The product will be simply addition of hydrogen, two hydrogen atoms, nascent hydrogen are added. The product form will be R, C, H here, OH here. Or you can say R, CH2OH. So this is 1 degree alcohol. For example, you can say when CH3CHO acetaldehyde is reduced by sodium or C2H5OH, lithium aluminum hydride or lithium aluminum hydride, the product form will be CH3CH2OH. Students, you must remember that in this method, this CHO group is now becoming this CH2OH group. This is primary alcohol group, 1 degree alcohol group. This is ethyl alcohol, right? Similarly, ketone on reduction gives 2 degree alcohol. Ketone on reduction gives 2 degree alcohol. Ketones on reduction gives 2 degree alcohol. 2 degree alcohol. That is R, C double bond O, R, and 2 nascent hydrogen. You add any reducing agent, sodium hydroxide or C2H5OH, sodium in presence of ethyl alcohol, or lithium aluminum hydride, what do we call it? Any suitable reducing agent you can use. Here H, we get R, C, R, H here, OH here. This is 2 degree alcohol. As this carbon atom, the OH group is present on this carbon atom, which is bonded to 2 other alkyl groups or carbon atom. For example, when acetone is reduced, we get propanol 2, CH3, C, CH3 double bond O. This is acetone. Acetone is reduced plus 2 nascent hydrogen, and reduction is sodium in presence of alcohol, ethyl alcohol, or lithium aluminum hydride, whatever you call it, lithium aluminum hydride. As usual, hydrogen here, the production will be CH3, CHOH. This is a 2-degree alcohol, which is propanol 2, propan 2-ol, or it is a 2-degree alcohol, 2-degree alcohol. So, aldehyde and ketone by this method, by reduction method, gives primary and secondary alcohol. Tertiary alcohol cannot be prepared by this method. However, another method is there. We can prepare by 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree alcohols from aldehyde and ketones. That is, second method from aldehyde and ketone is that of by using Grignard reagents. Second method of preparation is by using Grignard's reagent. Grignard's reagent is RMGX. So Grignard reagent, by using Grignard reagents on aldehyde ketones, gives you 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree alcohol. So in this method, what happens, when aldehyde and ketones are treated with Grignard reagent, an additional product is formed. That additional product on hydrolysis gives you alcohol, and by this method you can get aldehyde 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree alcohol. The scheme of the reaction can be written in this way: double bond O. This is your aldehyde or ketone. Both aldehyde and ketone contains the carbonyl group, and to this you are adding RMGX. RMGX here, alkyl group is negative or positive. The negative charge part will attack here. This will go away in this way, and the negative charge here, negative charge will attack the magnesium halide, so that we get C here R single bond O MgX. This is your addition product. This addition product, when it is hydrolyzed in presence of dilute mineral acid, what happens? This bond breaks. Your HOH. So the final product will be CrOH plus MgOHX. Now this is your alcohol. Depending on the groups attached to here, we can get 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree alcohol. So here what happens? Here formaldehyde plus RMGX in presence of acid gives 1 degree alcohol. Other aldehyde plus RMGX water H plus gives 2 degree alcohol. And ketone plus RMGX hydrolysis H2O H plus gives 3 degree alcohol. So by this method, if in examination is asked, give one method by which we can prepare 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree alcohol, then you have to cite this example. That's from aldehyde and ketones. You can prepare 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree alcohols by employing Grignard reagent. This is scheme of the reaction. If you take example, for example, formaldehyde when treated with, if you take example, formaldehyde HCHO plus methyl magnesium bromide, and I am writing in brief. I am not writing all the reaction mechanism because I have already give you the scheme of reaction by which you can write by yourself. The product will be CH3 CH2OH. This is ethyl alcohol plus magnesium hydroxide bromide, and other aldehyde say CH3 CHO plus methyl magnesium bromide, and H plus, which gives you CH3, CHOH. This is propanol, propan 2-ol plus magnesium OH Br. So this is 2-degree alcohol, this is 1-degree alcohol, this is 2-degree alcohol. And if you take ketone CH3, C double bond O, CH3, and to this you are adding methyl magnesium bromide, we get CH3, C, CH3, CH3, OH. This is tertiary butyl alcohol, and this is a 3-degree alcohol. So the scheme of reaction is same, and you can also synthesize your required alcohol using these alkyl groups, methyl magnesium bromide or ethyl magnesium bromide or any. So if you want propyl alcohol, then you can use here ethyl, or if you can get isopropyl alcohol, you can get isopropyl methyl magnesium bromide. Accordingly, depending on your requirement or synthesis, you can get your desired alcohol using this method. So this method is used for preparation of primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol from aldehyde and ketone. And another method of preparation is that of from alkene. Fourth method of preparation is from alkene. Fourth method of preparation is from alkene. When alkene is dissolved in concentrated sulfuric acid, an addition product is formed, which on hydrolysis gives you alcohol. Depending on the nature of alkene, you can get primary or secondary or tertiary alcohols. The product form will be, the scheme of the reaction can be written in this way. C, this is your alkene, and to this you are adding concentrated sulfuric acid. Alkene is dissolved in concentrated sulfuric acid. The product form will be CHCOSO3H. This is alkyl hydrogen sulfide. This is addition product. Alkyl, the name is alkyl hydrogen sulfate. Alkyl hydrogen sulfate. This is the addition product. This addition product on hydrolysis, if you dissolve again to water, hydrolysis, then the product form will be an alcohol. What happens here? HOH, addition of water it will get, then the product form will be CHCOH plus H2SO4. Therefore, but addition of, you can say simply you can say C double bond C plus sulfuric acid, or you can write here B1 concentrated sulfuric acid, water. The product form will be OH. This is alcohol. The scheme of this reaction can be written in this way, in brief, that the product form will be an alcohol. So depending on the groups attached here, the alcohol will be primary, secondary, tertiary alcohol. For example, when ethene is dissolved in concentrated sulfuric acid followed by hydrolysis, ethyl alcohol is formed. That is CH2 double bond CH2 plus sulfuric acid. It gives you CH3 CH2OSO3H, and to this when you are adding water, the product form will be CH3 CH2OH plus H2SO4, right? But here, if the alkene is an unsymmetrical one, the product form, the alcohol form will be H per Markovnikov rule, where the negative part of the addendum goes to that carbon atom which contains less number of carbon atom, hydrogen atom. So, when in case of unsymmetrical alkene, the product form will be H per Markovnikov rule. Here, in case of unsymmetrical alkene, the alcohol form is as per Markovnikov rules. Markovnikov's rule. Markovnikov rules. That is, if you have CH3, CH double bond CH2, this is unsymmetrical. This is propene. And if you are dissolving H2SO4, concentrated sulfuric acid, then the product form will be CH3, C, here OSO3, H, CH, single bond CH3. Now you are adding water, the product form here will be H here, OH here, and the product will be CH3, CH, OH, CH3. That means OH group. Here virtually this is hydrolysis. This reaction, addition of concentrated sulfuric acid followed by hydrolysis, is nothing but hydrolysis, where addition of water is occurring. And the negative part of water is your OH minus. OH minus is attaching here to that carbon atom which contains less number of hydrogen atom. This is Markovnikov rules. Therefore, the product form will be propan 2 all. This is from alkene you can prepare alcohol. Another method of preparation is that of hydroboration oxidation. That is another type of reaction is that hydroboration oxidation. Hydroboration oxidation. What? The hydroboration oxidation. Hydroboration oxidation is a reaction which gives you alcohol, and here the alcohol always produced as per anti-Markovnikov rule. Whether you use symmetrical alkene or unsymmetrical alkene, the product form will be as per anti-Markovnikov rule. So here, when an alkene is treated with diborane, when an alkene is treated with diborane in presence of THF, tetrahydrofuran, an additional product is formed which on hydrolysis or oxidation rather say with alkaline hydrogen peroxide, the product form will be an alcohol. That is, when an alkene is formed, alkene is treated with, take for example, CH2 double bond CH2. To this you are using diborane, P2H6 diborane. This is diborane, and then you are H2O2 by OH minus. Diborane in presence of THF, tetrahydrofuran, is a solvent. Then this is hydroboration oxidation reaction. The product form will be CH3 CH2OH ethyl alcohol. But if you are using CH3 CH double bond CH2, the hydroboration oxidation here, if you use B2H6 in presence of THF and followed by oxidation by alkaline hydrogen peroxide, then the product form will be here. in the earlier case, when addition of water occurs to carbon alkene group, then the addition was occurring as per the Markovnikov rule. But here the addition will be as per the anti-Markovnikov. The product form will be CH3, CH2, CH2OH. This is diborane butane, and the product form is your propan 1-all. And the product is as per anti-Markovnikov rule. So this reaction occurs in two steps. One is in hydroboration, another is oxidation reaction, and the mechanism will be little bit time taking. So we are not going to discuss that mechanism. Another reaction is called, another method of preparation is that oxymercuration, demercuration. Another method of preparation is oxymercuration, demercuration. So this type of reaction is a special type of reaction when alkene is treated with mercuric acetate. When an alkene is treated with mercuric acetate in presence of THF, an additional product is formed which on reduction with sodium borohydride gives you alcohol. But here the alcohol form will be as per Markovnikov rule. That is, you can say, take for example, you say CH2, to this you are adding mercuric acetate plus mercuric acetate CH3COO whole 2 in presence of THF. We are getting a product where followed by you can say followed by reduction sodium borohydride. The product form will be CH3, CH2OH. If you are using an unsymmetrical alkene, CH3, CH, double bond, CH2, and to this you are adding mercuric acetate in presence of THF, followed by reduction with sodium borohydride. The product form will be as per Markovnikov rule, CHOH, CH3. This is propanol 1-all. Now, in case of earlier method, that is hydroboration oxidation, the product was according to anti-Markovnikov rules, but as per oxymercuration, demercuration, the product is as per Markovnikov rule. Since this reaction is on two steps, one is on oxymercuration and another is demercuration, removal of mercury compound. Two steps process requires a lot of time. So due to lot of time, we are not discussing the mechanism of this reaction. And another method of preparation is that of only primary alcohol. Only primary method of preparation is primary preparation of primary alcohol only. Primary alcohol only. So this method is only used to prepare primary alcohol. What happens when primary amine is treated with nitrous acid? When a primary amine is treated with nitrous acid, alcohol is formed, primary alcohol is formed. When a primary amine is treated with nitrous acid, HNO2, nitrous acid, primary alcohol. Nitrous acid usually is not present in the laboratory, just like that of sulfuric acid, nitric acid, because nitrous acid is an unstable acid. If you prepare and store in the laboratory, it will be oxidized to nitric acid. Therefore, Whenever nitrous acid required, we prepared by adding sodium nitrite with HCl. Therefore, the nitrous acid when used, then we use sodium nitrate and HCl in place of nitrous acid, and the product form will be alcohol. Primary alcohol and nitrous acid, primary alcohol is formed. Primary alcohol is formed. That is, you can say primary amine RNH2. This is primary amine 1-digamine. 1-digamine. If you are using nitrous acid HNO2, and usually, as I told you, the nitrous acid is not present in the laboratory or not available in the laboratory because of instability. Therefore, you use sodium nitrate and HCl. The product form will be ROH plus ammonia plus nitrogen and water. Nitrogen and water. Usually, this reaction is written in this manner. To remember, you can write it RNH2 here, or NH. We can write OH and double bond O. Usually, to remember this, we write this mechanism in this way, so that this reaction is one product, this is one product, this is one product, and this is one product. You can have ROH plus N2 plus water. For example, when methylamine is treated with nitrous acid, we get methyl alcohol and nitrogen out of product. For example, you can say CH3CH2 NH2. If you are using nitrous acid, as I have told you, nitrous acid is always prepared by using sodium nitrate and HCl, dilute HCl, and the product form will be CH3CH2OH plus nitrogen plus water. In this way, and this method is only used for preparation of primary alcohol. And dear students, let us close this class here, and we will discuss the properties of alcohol in the next class. Thank you.